We'll say two more kinnos before we talk about the Holocaust. The first one we'll say is kinno lamidalid yoim achbi ichbadati, which is a kinno written by Rabbi Yehuda Levi, who we'll talk about more in a moment, but it's a kinno that's based on a Gemara in Gittin, another Gemara in Gittin, about the murder of Zechariah Navi during the Vayis Rishon. Zechariah was not only a Navi, he was also the Kohen Gadol, and on the Yom Kippur that fell out on Shabbos, he gave Teichacha to Klal Yisrael in the Azara about bringing Avodah Zarah into the Azara, and on Yom Kippur, on Shabbos, they stoned him to death. And a nace happened, and his blood would not be absorbed, right? We learned you had the stream where the blood of the Kabbanos would carry out the blood out of the Azara, but his blood would not seep, it would not move, and it was bubbling. So he wanted that Hashem wanted that his Ritzicha should be avenged. And the Gemara tells us when Nebuchadnezzar, who was the Sar Tabachim, was the chief executioner for Nebuchadnezzar, came in and he saw it, so he didn't understand what it was. So he asked them, it says it in the Kinnah, I'll read in the Kinnah, the day of my oppression was heavily weighing on me by kafel avoinai, and my sins were doubled. B'sholchi yad b'dam navi, when I sent out my hand stretched out against the blood of a navi, b'chatzer migdash Hashem, in the chatzer of the Beis Hamikdash, v'lechichasu adama adbay cherev moinai. The earth did not cover it until the sword of Bavel came, v'leishakar udei hakam, and it would not stop to be silent. V'gam hifli felila, and terrible acts were performed as a result. Hayohelech v'sayir was bubbling adbay rav tavachim until the Zaradon came. Boil Migdash Hashem Matzadam Rice. We found the blood bubbling. So here's the Kohanim who were in the base of Migdash. Then what is it? I knew the answer. It's only the blood of Kabbanos. Don't worry. What does he do? He wants to test this. He was impacted by this. So he kills an animal. So he wants to see. Does this happen normally when a sheep, when a cow is killed? It would not stop, and he says it doesn't look the same. It's not true. It doesn't look the same. It was bubbling by He searched that it was really the blood of Hashem. There was no justice to it. I'm going to, quoting a pasuk, I'm going to be dirish for that blood. And I'm not going to. He says, bring me to Kohanim, and we're going to start killing until the blood is appeased. He started killing, stabbing men by hundreds, used by tens of thousands, obviously, but he killed a lot of people. Massacres the Kohanim, the children, while the fathers looked on, and the blood wouldn't stop bubbling. So finally, he kills women and babies. And the Python says there was so much blood from this killing that it was almost like blood of the Nile River in Mitzrayim. So Nebuchadnezzar lifts up his eyes finally after killing all these people. He says, and I didn't kill enough blood. You want more? And so finally, but the blood had been appeased. The Rav says, why is this kinna stuck in? Because the kinna has a powerful lesson. Obviously, again, we talk about an individual. We talk about the sins of Klal Yisrael that earned them the churban, but also there's also a hidden message in here, the power of tshuva, because Chazal tell us that this Nebuchadnezzar who killed all these people, who perpetrated on behalf of Nebuchadnezzar the churban, did tshuva, and the tshuva was accepted. So if you think about that for a minute, someone who did all these atrocities is still a way back. And so for us too, no matter what we've done in our lives or whatever we feel guilty about on Tisha B'Av, the time to think about is way back. It's not all lost. We don't know the Beis Hamikdash was sitting in Galus all these years, but it's not lost. That's the message from Nebuchadnezzar, is that there's still hope, and we have to just go back and try again and do tshuva and hope that it will be zoiche, that Hashem will finally give us the full nechama that we ask for.